there
5
is always,
seconds
pagka
till
wala
the
yung
enemy
Selena
reaches
sa mapa
the
o yung Franco sa
battlefield.
mapa, there's
Smash
always a
them.
time na pwede kang tamaan ng isang magandang
All
hook.
troops
And that's the
deployed.
same idea as the Natalia. So let us head on to the Land of Dawn, mga kaibigan. This is going to be PSO versus BRE. Game number 1. Grand finals na tayo ngayon.
We had finals already. And this is the Season 1 Championship na pinag-uusapan natin. Not just the conference finals, not just the conference championship, but the champion of the season. It all boils down to this Game 1 of this best-of-5 series. Malapit agad na pinapakita natin as Toshi gets and secures their own red buff. Interestingly, ang nangyayari kasi if you do play this Natalia is magkakaroon ka ng -1 in terms of your supporting cast, which kind of feels that Bren Epro needs to make this early game perfect for themselves.
And kailangan ni Raflisha dito na mag-step up katulad ng ginagawa niya dati. Nung nag-cook na siya, nung nagtatalya sila, it is very hard to tank alone. It is very hard to tank alone kasi isipin mo si Renshio dito. Yes, Renshio has a bit of tankiness then, but once the ultimate comes off, it seems like he's a normal hero again.
Now, the problem is level 4 na itong ating Farsa. But at that moment, Bren Epro, they will just back out. The bigger problem already para sa Bren Epro na nakikita natin ngayon is under-level talaga yung kanilang supports. Both their supports, 1 minute 30 seconds in, they're just level 1.
Ang ganda na pinapakita dito ng PSO on how they actually manage their XP. Na umaalis-alis si Haze minsan dun sa may range ng minions so that makuha ni Toshi yung buong XP. But right now, KLBJ gets called out. Wow!
No.
Look at the connection, mga kaibigan! KLBJ will be the first blood dito for the side of BRE. Pero sumagot sila sa may baba. They will get that kill on Haze.
This is another classic Heath-Agi connection na nakita natin in the group stages. Ginamit yung Chang-O usually ni Haji, and then you have Heath with the Guardian's Barrier. This time, it's totally different. Hindi man Meteor Shower binabato ni Haji. See, it's Feathered Airstrike. It's almost the same, and it's more targeted, and napakalupit ng pinakita doon ng connection ng Pldt Smart Omega. Another one in the books for this team.
Ako, ang tawag ko doon checkmate technique kasi kahit anong gawin mo, hindi ka na talaga makakatakas. But that is the way of the dragon for Kenji, and they will secure that kill on Raflisha. But down to the middle lane, Heath dito, mga kaibigan, kabutikan mahuli.
This is such a good display of talent mula sa Pldt Smart Omega.
For sure.
Now JP.
Dito, actually eating a lot of those airstrikes. JP dito trying to fight this out, pero Haji getting caught out. And this is one place na ayaw mo makita yung Farsa mo, pero
Turtle resurrecting
with
soon.
the assist.
Oh wow, this is Haze by the way with the Jawhead, which kind of is a throwback back in 2017 or was 2018? Was 2018? Early 2018 na nakikita natin na whenever he cannot play the Cho anymore kasi nababan sa kanya, he plays the mean Jawhead.
Alam mo, ang tagal
Really
pala
good.
nung...
Sobrang tagal.
It was actually late 2018. Late 2018.
Basta 2018 siya. Oh, at least 2 years now.
2 years now, yeah. But ang tagal na pala natin nagaganito, man.
Yeah. Wow,
It is what
Jawhead
it is.
throwback. This is just a throwback. Kasi ngayon ang Jawhead, they are playing Jawhead as an offlaner nowadays. And before, sobrang valid niya na support / tank and pang setup, pang initiate. It's not that tanky anymore, but I guess with Haze, nakausapin natin, kita mo naman yung setup na yun with the ejector, and he might even survive this. Surviving for long enough for JP to be able to be taken down.
Trying to get that kill, pero the process, the pag-take nila ng kill sa Granger na yon, they lose 2 people into the process. They give gold to the Granger, and that, Toshi is happy with that.
And they're not done. Bruno now sa top lane. Napatay dito. Raflesha wants to take down Kenji, but Kenji is ever so sleepy with this Cho. At walang magagawa yung ultimate dito ni Raflesha as Haji Z threatens for a kill as well up top. Pldt Smart Omega back at their really superstar movements dito.
Oh, and that is another favorite airstrike, pero sabi ni Raflisha, meron akong paggulong palaman. Alis na lang ako dito, but right now, another skirmish is happening to the bottom lane. Greed dito, a bit early on that retribution, pero Renzo getting caught out, and he's trying to fight this. Flicker in, pero that Sonata is there to seal the deal.
And it looks like they want to go for Haze this time. The jump in mula kay JP dito. The dive will be there. Patay dito yung Rager. Now hinabol nila si Greed with the unstoppable force. There's the ejector and of course Kenji to take the kill. PLDT Smart Omega hindi magpapadaing. Mamatayan man sila ng isa, they will take 2 in return. All throughout the map, they are winning 15k in the back para sa PLDT Smart Omega. Only 12k for Bren Epro.
And the way of the dragon is their ejector palapit na sa may turret. And right now, the flicker is there. Unstoppable force, magagamit. Pero JP dito has something in mind na hindi may expect na kalaban niya. He just needs the flicker. Nandun na sa harapan siya mismo dito ng Jawhead and hindi masyadong magiging effective yung unstoppable force.
However, what they're not stopping right now is yung paglakas ng dalawang horse dito ng PLDT Smart Omega. GZ and Toshi are getting everything that they want. They even get a kill onto the Esmeralda this time. Napakagandang rotation mula sa PLDT Smart Omega. One thing you have to take note is napakabilis mag-converge dito ng mga members ng PLDT Smart Omega through a kill. You have to take note, Jawhead with Unstoppable Force, sobrang bilis maglakad. The movement speed is so high. And of course, the Grok, when near the walls, is also very speedy.
Oh, and actually, Greed stole the blue buff from that Farsa. Na-retribution niya. And it's one of the things na ginagawa talaga ng isang Natalia. He can actually see kung ano man yung ginagawa dito kalaban and probably steal a few objectives here and there. Pero the knock-up is there. The Felicia dito will be another casualty. But out to the backline, Greed dito, hinahabol niya mga kaibigan si Haji. Haji, nag-bird form siya dito, pero does it matter? Will it matter? That is the question. That's so not. Hindi tatama, pero the Wave of Dragon is still there. Granger will get the kill onto the Esmeralda. Things are looking great for the side of PSO.
Definitely. You have to take note, napakaganda nung pinakita doon ni Heath. But mamaya natin pag-usapan because Kenji will have to run away. Fortunately, sa show, there's Shun po, there's Jit Kundo, kaya-kaya makalayo. You know what? Heath actually stopped the charging of the Moonlight, of the Falling Star Moon, I mean. Dahil dun sa kanyang wild charge, which is again, so much value. Hindi nila mamapatay agad si JP if not for that. I mean, Haji Z still died, but they were able to get something in exchange. Now, top lane, Greed, very unlikely to survive. Very squishy Natalia, samantala sa baba naman. Another kill for PLDT Smart Omega.
They did, yung Natalia pick nila, pinapunish sobra dito ni Kenji to the point na yung Natalia kaysa nakakatulog siya at kaysa nakakascout siya. This time around, pakamdan ko dapat malapit siya, pero roughly siya dito will get ejected dun pa balik. Pero JP dito will be the next target. And one more could actually get that kill. Pero Toshi dito is going in and the crits! The crits, my goodness!
And hasty ng kipa yung dalawang atake ng Toreto just for Toshi to get away. PLDT Smart Omega on another level in terms of their synchronization talaga dito. Laban sa Bren Epro. Bren Epro, nakita natin tinry ni Bruno na iligtas yung kanyang tropa ng Esmeralda but at the cost of him dying. Dalawang shots ng Death Sonata yung kinailangan niyang takihin doon. And one crit. Now, he sets up for this kill. This time, there's the dive. But fortunately, this is Raflesh and JP. Napakakunat nga naman. Even with PLDT Smart Omega leading in this map.
Grabe yung synchronization, grabe yung communication dito na side of PSO to the point na parang sumasayaw sila dito sa isang musical na sabay-sabay sila halos gumalaw. And this is one of the things that makes PSO scary, pero Greed try to take Farsa pero he doesn't have the damage to do so.
Level 11 si GZ with 6k in the back. Natalia is just 3.4k. Essentially half of the net worth of this Farsa. Tapos napakababa pa ng level niya. And to add to that, malambot talaga Natalia. You see that only 2 strikes of the feathered airstrike was enough. And now, Farsa is a problem para sa Bren Epro. Kahit si Raflesia nga dito on that back shot, which is naturally very tanky, hindi rin tumatagal mula dito sa members of PLDT Smart Omega.
JP is doing great, but at the same time, JP can only answer one person to the side of PSO. He needs to choose. Do I answer Toshi? Do I answer Haji? Eh pareho to, maganda yung performance eh. So at the same time, if you don't catch them with one Falling Star Moon, I don't really think that you can win a skirmish or a clash ngayon sa stage ng game na to.
And now top lane now. Another kid. This time Renzo should be backing down. There's the feathered airstrike. Raflesia ang target nila dito. Ang labot. Oh, one last strike. Mula dun sa Farsa. Enough para sa PLDT Smart Omega. Now KLVJ in trouble. And of course Kenji to get the kill. How can they defend with 2 very squishy heroes this time? Renzo is a Thams. Pero at this point, hindi niya kaya to. Naku po, yun na naman. Huling-huli. PLDT Smart Omega, masterful performance laban sa Bren Epro. There's the wipe and there should be game. PLDT Smart Omega to take game 1.
one statement na pwede natin gawin dun sa game na yon is to never give out the Farsa this meta.
Five seconds till the enemy reaches the
Pagka
battlefield.
nag-homework na,
Smash them.
lagi pang handa.
Natandaan mo
All
yung
troops
scout flow.
deployed.
Ang Boy Scout. Ay. Hindi ko na alam yun. Madami-dami
That was a long
yun eh.
time ago.
Oh, matagal-tagal na yun. Tsaka madami-dami yun. Pero right now, we are on the Land of Dawn, BRE versus PSO. Let us go for the team rundown dito. Raflesia onto the Kufra, KLVJ as the Farsa. We'll be playing the Selena, Renzo as the show, and JP as the carry.
Beyond the Smart Omega, you will see Hip sa kanyang highlights, Stoshi back sa kanyang Ranger, Haji Z on the Esmeralda this time, Hayes onto this Jawhead with the Flicker, and there's Kenji sa kanyang Tams, Toshi in a very bad spot this time. And that is what you are looking for Bren Epro. Sa game number 2, get the first blood, get the kills running. Hayes try to go for the Flicker and will get the kill. Hayes gets it.
And Hayes dito at a very bad spot, and right now, everything, the Shunko is there, the only fast is there. KLVJ dito lumilipad mga kaibigan. It's a big peacock na lumilipad.
Wow. Interesting na nakapag-survive pa rin. I mean, Heath in there with this revitalize really helps Hayes a lot. And parang na-freshen up na nga din dito yung PLDT Smart Omega. Pwede na silang lumaban ulit even after that dive. So it's 1-1 for both teams. Jumpin mula kay Raflesia dito. But Kenji is very, very tanky.
Presence of mind to actually wait for the bounce before using his second skill to get away. Heath right now is in a bad spot, and the Farsa will do its job. That is the cleanup mga kaibigan. Haji, inabaw si Raflesia dito, but Raflesia probably at the wrong spot of the map. Abisilaro will be thrown out. Pero Renzo dito, napapalibutan siya ni Toshi at ni Hayes. Pero Kenji dito napapalibutan rin. And right now, KLVJ, he will get that kill! And they will get that turret.
Top lane nakasurvive din dun si Renzo, which was the choke. That's very important. Bren Epro with the dive dun sa may other side ng mapa, which is bottom lane. At hindi sila nanakawan ng kahit anong objective dito sa may top lane. I think that's very important to take note na teams trying to go for trades always should be looking for a positive trade instead of a negative trade. Hindi siya pwedeng parehas lang kayo na nakukuha. You have to get something more. And sometimes, ang difference na nun is huwag ka lang mamatay dun sa other side ng map, okay ka na.
Parang negosyo, hindi pwedeng negative, hindi pwedeng break even.
Tama.
Dapat may
Positive.
tinubo. Dapat may tinubo. Ganun lang tayo dito. Pero dilagay lang natin sa madaling madaling intindihin. Pero alam mo dito si Haji, he is having
Turtle
hard
resurrecting
time
soon.
getting his groove on. Kasi isa sa mga bagay dito for PSO is when Haji Z hits level 4, that's the time where they should fight. Na kasi talaga yun yung peak, yung peak time ng isang Esmeralda.
That's a power spike,
It's
right?
a power spike. But at the same time, they didn't really use it to their advantage. Pero right now, BRE is 100% punishing them. There's pathway na gamit and they burn out one ultimate onto the side of PSO. But they still want to fight this. Kenji at the bad spot. Tingnan natin dito, Haji
Nice
throwing
dodge.
at the Falling Star Moon. And that is a very nice dodge. Yung range ng Southern Air Spike dito won't really matter as they will get away. Ito yung dito. They have a lot of mobility. Their Renzo still trying to kind of beat steal yung turtle, pero wala talaga siyang hit para.
For what the vision, dalawa yung nahuli dito with the Jeep Condo. But DLDT Smart Omega smartly backs off at Bren Epro hindi na rin maghahabol dito. Now Hayes will spot this out. He's really, really safe here. Meron nga naman siya pampabilis. But I think Bren Epro are setting their eyes dun sa may top lane push.
Ito yung gusto nila gawin Abyssal Arrow with the Feather Airstrike. Yun lang yung gusto nilang
Launch
pagganagin.
attack!
Every single time. But right now, onto the backline, Stoshi dito will be the target. And Renzo dito with the Way of the Dragon. But right now, Raflesia tinalbugan mga kaibigan si Hayes. He's dito. Does he have an answer? Pinakita niya yung sarili niya. Is this the right play to do? And look at this! Yours pathway mga kaibigan. It won't really matter kung na-stun pa siya as he still has enough time to get away. Pero dun sa may baba, JP dito being the marksman that he is. HGC might go down! Yes, he will! JP dito actually survives that! What a play coming out from JP!
The power of the red buff as well in action. Kahit wala na siya, kahit malayo na siya, I mean, si Esmeralda, the moment na tumama na rin yung kanyang mga normal attacks done with the ultimate, there was also a proc of the true damage that really pierces through nga naman yung shields ng isang Esmeralda. Now they want to go for hit this time. Ultimate committed. There's a better airstrike. Pero enough by damage though. She wants to go for more. Gets the kill with the Death Sonata at nabuhay pa rin dito yung Tams. Bren Epro tried to go for the power play versus Pldt Smart Omega but it really backfired. Hindi nila kayang patayin yung may revitalize and potentially glorious pathway na Hylos.
The thing about that certain setup na ginawa ni Felicia is, it was good, yes, but you have to take it
Turtle
into consideration
resurrecting
if your LBJ
soon.
nasa tamang posisyon ba ako. Halos katabi niya na lang yung
Yeah.
mga tao doon. So, ibig sabihin, if
But
they
this-
survive, and right now, that is going to be retaliation, mga kaibigan. Three dito, dito will actually go down. Pero Greek trying to shape them up. And look at this, Greek na-eject siya dito, and that is going to be the kill. Renzo dito sumama pa, pero Renzo is at a very bad spot. He can actually go down from this. JP dito tumulong na. He actually put a bit of pressure para sa the PSO. They will back off and not go for the chase kay Renzo.
Yun yung mga gustong pick up this ng Bren Epro but Pldt Smart Omega are okay with sacrificing one member. Pero dalawa naman yung nakuha nilang objective, which is one, the turret. Number two, the blue buff.
Oh, look at that stun. That was well timed, pero hit dito will be a casualty.
That's
And-
amazing. That's a Bren Epro.
And ang ganda ng timing ni Heat doon.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just that meron talagang
Launch
gap
attack!
closer in the first place si Renzo. So
Now,
that made the play possible. But
look at this.
Look at this. Look at this.
No hesitation whatsoever mula sa Bren Epro. Nakakuha sila ng isang kill doon. May top lane naman. This is an exchange for Pldt Smart Omega. They might have lost their Esmeralda. Pero yung tier 2 turret, yung kanilang kunin, the classic trade, na sometimes mas masaya ka pa nga kasi, I mean, heroes respawn, but turrets do not.
Turrets do not. Tama ka doon. Gamers don't die. We just respawn.
We just respawn. But turrets don't. Like you said.
Turrets don't. Pero Rapisha dito and the other skill VJ.
There you go.
Position. Heath is forced to use the glorious pathway, but Genji eating a lot of those better airstrikes.
You see the smart plays mula sa Pldt Smart Omega. Instead of going for heroes, they went for minions para hindi makapag-push. Now they want to punish JP!
Spree.
There is the kill. Meron pa ba? Death Sonata ginamit na hindi pa rin tumatama, but it will not matter as they will take out Haze that time.
Ibon mang may layang lumipad at ibon mang may layang magpasabog. Heath dito will be the next target. Falling Star Moon, LBJ doesn't get called out. And HGC at a very bad position, but Felicia will just back down. Heath dito is the next target. Mga kaibigan, that's the airstrike. Pero look at the damage output. Medyo naniniligit na nila.
Oh, of course, Heath with the high loss. Very, very tanky. Not easy target. Matala top lane. There's Renzo with the pick-off. It's just enough against Toshi. It should be shut down mula doon sa ating Joe against the Granger. 11th kill for the game para sa Bren Epro as they put themselves toe-to-toe in terms
Turtle
of economy.
resurrecting soon.
Yun naman talaga yung mas importante dito. Pldt Smart Omega might be losing in terms of kills, but in terms of economy, hindi sila nalalayo sa Bren Epro.
And look at this. Actually, JP going for that solo turtle. Just using it. Pero Genji dito will be another casualty.
Launch
Haji
attack!
getting caught out pero hindi na nila i-go. There wasn't
Launch
really enough
attack!
time to go for that kill on Haji and masyado din protektado yung area na yun.
I really like itong tool na ginagamit ni Haze. Every time somebody gets stunned, para ma-cleanse niya, technically speaking, yung stun with the Abyssal Arrow, ini-eject na lang niya yung kakampi niya. So very smart na galawan ba sa Pldt Smart Omega.
Oh! And look at this! The counter initiation! Nandun mga kaibigan sa may kitna pero he right now is actually trying to get away. Glorious pathway. Nandun sa may maling area pero Renzo trying to head. Wala silang magagawa sa push na to. And that is going to be 2 kills and a turret for the side of BRE.
That is so important for Bren Epro. For the longest time, medyo tug of war tayo dito in terms of the economy, but now they're pulling ahead. Those were turrets lang nila kanawa. 6. In fact, now nahuli si Hagis dito. Very tanky. Still surviving. Buhay na buhay pa rin. And that is the help of PLDT Smart Omega. They take out, however, the Granger and in comes a Predator Airstrike. Dams will be the one to fall. Ngayon, problema na ng PLDT Smart Omega. How can they defend this time? Can they actually defend this? It looks like hindi na nila kaya mag-defend sa yung top lane. And that's the inhibitor turret going down. Bren Epro, like we said, breaking the break-even. Winning the tug of war against PLDT Smart Omega.
Mata sa mata. Game sa game. Performance sa performance. PRE dito.
Request
Returning the
backup.
favor. Binabalik nila yung ginawa sa kanila ng PSO nung game number 1.
It was so close for a moment. And then just one trigger, right? Isang magandang initiation nga mula sa Bren Epro and the pickoffs. PLDT Smart Omega are falling like dominoes this time. I mean, it's very hard to pull off itong kanilang composition if you look at the lineup of PLDT Smart Omega, but I guess Bren Epro,
Lord resurrecting
hindi mo
soon.
talaga pwedeng tanggalin sa kanila yung skill na meron din sila dito. And of course, Farsa still being a Farsa.
And it's the differences between sabihin natin Haji dito, he's really trying his best to get a good falling star rune, pero he always falls short. And that is the thing. Should they stick with the control mage for Haji, or talagang hanap lang yung naging Haji ngayong game?
Well, it might be because of just Bren Epro playing so good. Of course, but Kenji still surviving. May lifesteal pa. Pinashadow sila ng Farsa. Onto the backline says Haze to go with the rest of PLDT Smart Omega. Oh my goodness. The peel mechanic mula sa PLDT Smart Omega, courtesy of this ejector, was so good. Laban sa Bren Epro. And now you will have
chance of Rapisha dito getting caught out, and this might be another kill for the side of PSO, but Tyrant's Revenge
Shut
is
down.
there. Pero Rapisha will be the next casualty for the side of BRB. Right now, the Lord is available. Greed?
JP's here.
JP, Greed, can you make something happen? That is the question! And look at this! The Lord will be taken by the side of PSO
Haji's
right
falling.
now. Kenji! Kaibigan sa pinakalikod! JP dito trying to take down everyone! Hey! Bring me the next target! And right now! Look at JP! JP!
Ooh.
One more hit! That could have done it! Pero Predator strike! My goodness!
Bottom lane, there's Renzo, there's JP. AGC tried to fight this 2v1 pero hindi mo kaya. You carry the JP dito with 2 buffs to his name, and they will take down the base. Bren Epro.
JP! What a guy! What a play! What a player! Actually turning things around!
That's also true.
Smash them.
We'll see kung paano i-apply nga naman yung digging
All
composition
troops
dito.
deployed.
As well as the Hylos. Also have to take note, there's still Farsa, but I guess Bren Epro are confident facing up against a Farsa, seeing as they do have the Kaja this time. Bren Epro versus PLDT Smart Omega 1-1 ang ating score sa ating grand finals. And it seems like Bren Epro will try to go for their game 1 strategy laban sa ating Emperors. The 5-man invade, well this time 4-man invade into the blue buff of their opponent. Is PLDT Smart Omega prepared for this? We're about to see
Oh! Heath and the others actually
It's
forced
GZ.
to use that flicker, and eto na nga yung sinasabi natin, the potential of Haji to the early game. But right now, mga kaibigan,
melting.
oh!
GC melting them down. 4th kill in the bank for PLDT Smart Omega, only losing Heat. And they're so happy with this. Renzo, the only one to survive. And now, Bren Epro, disastrous ang kanilang nangyari.
Goating one of the best Dota shoutcasters ever. It's a disaster!
Greed. Oh.
Kailangan pagka medyo kasi nag-Predator airstrike na, medyo kailangan mo na medyo marunong ka mag-crit walk.
Yeah.
Yung mga marunong mo isahay ko yung mga Predator airstrike.
1 minute 20 seconds. You have level 4 Farsa, level 3 Kenji, off-lane Cho, 3 buffs to your name, at isa lang yung nakuha ng Bren Epro. That's the blue buff para kay Kel VJ. And most of their cores are level 1. Naipit na dito si JP. Feather strike sa mukha. It worked in game 1. It will work again for sure. Now Greed in trouble. Fortunately, quite tackier. Pero pwede siyang i-dive, and like we said, mega kill agad for this Farsa. And my goodness, PLDT Smart Omega, they are really capitalizing this.
This is the first time na nakakita ako na isang hero sa game na 2 minutes in, level 1 pa rin.
This is a problem. No, Toshi with the red buff. You can see Renzo being forced out here. Kenji, makasa dito ng stun. Where's a cheat Kondo, but it will not hit. Now he might be in trouble, but it's way of the dragon para makatakas dito mula sa mga members ng Bren Epro.
Things are not looking great for the side of BRE. There are 2 things to keep in mind. Number 1, they don't have the levels. Number 2, a lot of their all of their supports and tanks actually rely heavily onto their ultimates. So right now, they're still at level 2. 2 minutes into the game, a lot of objectives are gonna come out in just a bit. They still don't have their ultimates.
What a one charge connecting onto 2. They want to go for this one, but Revitalize. He pumps the
Oh
other
my
back down. GC, unstoppable na ngayon.
Turtle
Wings by
resurrecting
wings palayo.
soon.
And ngayon, naipit na pa members ng Bren Epro. PLDT Smart Omega just literally won that fight because of the fact that they have so much gold. Pwede nilang ibato sa mukha ng Bren Epro ngayon. 9.4k at 3 minutes, Butters.
Kumbaga, ito yung tinatawag literal na binibili mo yung panalo.
Pay to
mo
win.
yung pay to win. Pero hindi real
Hindi real money.
Hindi real money. In-game gold ang ginagawa
Wow.
mo dito.
GC's level 7 at this point.
And they cannot contest this. 4k gold lead as early as 3 minutes in.
It kind of makes me think, Butters, ang ganda ng red buff sa isang Parsa because you literally can put damage from so long distance.
I just feel that it's one of those mistakes na BRE didn't really think about.
It's a disaster.
Dikit-dikit sila dun ng early game. And it's just that
Look at Heath. Naprotect ka pa yan. Pwede pa yung Falling Star Moon.
even using the Falling Star Moon to get the Repolyo. Pero right now nakikita mo kung gano'n ka-desperado yung BRE dito just to get the scraps of
Yeah.
war. Ito yung mga bagay na hindi na kinukuha ng PSO kasi masyado na silang mayaman.
Oh my goodness. Wings by wings. There's the feathered airstrike. And like we said, through damage, really connects through that. They have to back down right now. HGC is so much of a threat. At hindi pa nga natin napapag-usapan dito yung ating Granger na nasa top lane now.
Eh, tignan
Wanna
mo yung
threaten the
mahabol
bottom
sa
lane.
kanila dito. Oh, JP mga kaibigan. And they're running on the outside. Nagkahuli pa JP dito.
Oh!
One more! JP getting shut down kung gano'n ka-brilliant yung game number 1. Ganon ka...
Launch
Hindi ko ma-
attack!
Yung game number 2.
Game number 3 is such a beatdown. Now Time's Journey gonna be used. They can't even pierce through the backlines. Dalawa na yung napatay Reflection. Try to run away, but of course you can't against Toshi with the red buff as well. PLDT Smart Omega. This is a stomp. 11-1. 16k gold in 5 minutes. Look at 1.4k lang yung pera dito ng Bruno. That's literally nothing.
Ewan ko pero para sa akin, ang nangyari doon sa PSO nung early game, yung nakabato si Haji ng isang spell that actually wrecked them all.
Look at that.
Legendary!
Movie moment yun eh.
And at this point, you cannot even get away from your base.
And ang kailangan na dito ng BRE is yung mga tao na nagbubukas ng dilata gamit ngipin. Kasi medyo mahirap na talaga to. Kailangan pure grit na to eh. Na kailangan piliin mo yung mga tamang desisyon at maging patient ka. Even though namamatay ka ngayon, yes, it's quite costly.
Turtle
Dahil
resurrecting
right now,
soon.
But still, you just have to hold the line. And this is the line. Sinisira lang din nila Kenji.
Najisi wants to go for more. Ang kaliwa, napatay pa nila si VJ. At this point, Bren Epro doesn't have the license to even get out of their base. This build, it is Smart Omega. Parang binili na nila yung mapa this time. Bawal na kayo lumabas, Bren Epro. And it will take a lot of, I would say, mishaps before they can even go for a victory this time. Renzio, this might be the first one. Hayes being forced out. But they had to commit everything just to kill off the Digi. Samantala, habang nangyari yun, Kenji gets the tier 2 turret down the bottom lane.
Nahuli nila nahuli ng isang malaking bird, yung maliit na bird. At yun lang yung story dito ng BRE. Nothing is going to their side. The only thing na pwede lang nila kunin is Hayes with that kill. Pero those 2 kills doesn't even matter right now because Haji Z, he has 8 kills on his belt, 5 assists, no deaths.
Wow.
How do you contest a Parsa na sinasabi nga natin na sobrang okay na ngayon? Binigyan mo pa ng gamit.
You know what? We were talking about the Digi as sort of the lane stabilizer para sa PLDT Smart Omega, pero hindi na kanila kinailangan yun. Yung 4 kills nila at the start of the game, and you have to take note na retribution pa yung buff na yun, kaya napunta yun kay Parsa. That really was disastrous for Bren Epro, and it won't matter kung ano pa yung draft. It's just a matter of, look at that, just literally one strike of feathered airstrike.
Tsaka,
Laki agad ng bawas
I
dun
don't
sa
know.
Kaja.
Right now, the pacing of this
Save the
game
garden.
maging makatotohanan na, maging totoo na sila sa sarili nila. Do not give out the Parsa. You do not have the liberty of giving out the Parsa dito. Pero right now, mga kaibigan, Greek, trying to tank this out. Pero Greek, he isn't tanky in any way against Haji and the others.
That Sonata gonna be used, but no kills for PLDT Smart Omega. Won't matter though. Kasi gusto lang naman ng PLDT Smart Omega dito is to secure all of the farm. 29,000 gold in 8 minutes. This is ridiculous.
Ito yung tinatawag na rank game.
My goodness.
Na rank game dito yung BRE. And just because
Turtle
of what was the
resurrecting
mistake.
soon.
Ito nga sinasabi natin. The thing about Mlbb, yes, it's a fast game. But at the same time, insurmountable leads can actually come out from the most disastrous of moments lang talaga. And BRE,
One bad decision.
One bad decision, they got punished so bad na si Haji dito even has a divine flame as early as 8 minutes.
Now, I think Butters, what we need to talk about is how, if you ever, meron pa bang chance ang Bren Epro na makabawi dito? I guess the straight up answer is yes, but that will take like Bren Epro's perfect
Launch
few
attack!
minutes and then PLDT Smart Omega messing up. Ganon kalala yung discrepancy deficit natin dito. And PLDT Smart Omega even might be able to get good. What a nice wall charge in there. KLVJ jumping in, short range. Buti na lang wala dito yung mga core sa PLDT Smart Omega. But of course, just the reverse time. Feathered airstrike used. Kenji pokes. Look at Kel. Look at Toshi. Ooh!
Oy!
So close.
That could have been a Kobe moment doon, Kuya Bol, pero wala eh.
It's okay.
Kumobi na yung dalawa eh. Panghuling Kobe na lang ang kailangan. Dito, they are still pressuring the map. Ito na po yung pinakamahirap na parte ng pagsisiege ng isang team na sobrang lamang. There are times na pwede ka pa mag-farm kahit pa paano eh. Pero kasi sa MLBB, sobrang laki ng presence ng jungle. If you couldn't really get out of the jungle at hindi ka namamatay, that is going to be the time na talagang magugutom yung team mo sa farm.
You have to take note, magkaiwalay na yung buffs ngayon. So that means that before, pwede pa yung mage no makakuha na at least 1 blue. But this time, sobrang importante ng red and blue na stealing buffs from opponents is just way too good. Look at that. One combo, one Rhapsody, enough to take down Renzio's Tams. That's already a problem for PLDT Smart Omega.
He is...
For Bren Epro.
Alam mo, that DC is just way too strong for control mages. It just seems that
Lord
he's at
resurrecting
home
soon.
kapag ang mga ganito. Yes, the Esmeralda play was very shaky. Pero alam mo yun, pagka nakuha yung Farsa na to, parang ang hirap nila talunin talaga eh.
Kind of makes you think, ano pa ba talaga ang sagot sa Farsa aside from banning, straight out banning the hero and denying beating him.
He who has that Farsa controls the game.
Farsa wins games.
Farsa wins games. Dating crack eh. Ngayon, Farsa na lang talaga. Pero alam mo, itong hero na to, I just think na yung early is right. Ang bilis masyado. Sobrang bilis masyado yung paglapag ng Feather Airstrike. Na at some point, kapag ka nabatawan ka ng reverse time, sometimes it only, sabihin natin, it really just takes 2 or 3 fast drops dun sa Feather Airstrike to, you know, just take you down.
And we can see that happening. Divine Glaive in there as well. Available para kay Hadjis. At this point kasi, they have everything they need. Winter Truncheon even. Good luck trying to kill this Farsa. And it seems so impossible. Even just throwing it out there. Oh, kita mo yun? That's attack, by the way. Chip like 10%. And even then, si Toshi mas makati pa. Glorious Pathway and Revitalize used. Now, Bren Epro, how can you defend against this Lord at this point?
Sa perfectong mundo, Kuya Wood, kahit nangyari yung 3 kills, 4 kills ni Haji over the game.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness.
2 Predator Strike and
Launch
1 bomb. One time bomb now. Should be it. PLDT Smart Omega even gets the Esmeralda. Sa may bottom lane naman, there's the Farsa once again. Double kill para kay Toshi.
Triple kill.
And the triple kill to end it out. PLDT Smart Omega. It's game 3, 2-1. Such a stomp. Such a dominant fashion para sa PLDT Smart Omega.
Sa isang perfectong mundo, kung kahit man nangyari yung 4 kills idea is broken.
All troops
It's broken.
deployed.
Still broken.
But there's no in between. If you nerf it to the ground, people won't use it. But if it's playable, it's OP.
Yeah.
Kasi ganun siya.
And let's see if KelVJ hashtag the king, tinatawag nila.
Oh, the
If
king.
will he be able to use this hero para mapuwersa ang game number 5 para sa Bren Epro. As they're playing Renzo with the Tams, KelVJ onto this Harith, Greed sa X-board. Just support JP naman sa kanyang Ranger and it's Reflesha onto that Hylos.
And Jason the others, kanina ganito rin yung naging kaso on to the side of BRE. But right now, medyo mas nagiging mas maingat sila. Toshi still wants blood. He's trying to kick out dito si Greed. Pero sabi ni Greed, masyadong mataas yung buhay.
You know what? This is a very important rotation mula sa Bren Epro. Kasi the way I see PLDT Smart Omega, whenever they win games, they put their safe laner para makuha yung red buff as soon as possible. Para i-clear out niya yung minion wave sa baba and then go for the red buff. But what Bren Epro did is they kind of skipped.
Launch
Hinayaan nila
attack!
dito si Toshi na makakuha ng isang wave but they will snag itong red buff, which is also very important for Bruno.
And look at this. Here comes the pressure. And right now, Firaga armor is down. Toshi dito will be using the flicker. And they are at a very bad spot. Pero yung Farsa nandun sa may taas, they will just get this turret. And this is the BRE we know. They will take this turret ng maaga. Hayes dito just throwing out those bombs. But those time bombs won't really cut it. BRE gets the first objective of the game.
So one way for you to kind of peel the lane stabilizing power
Launch
of
attack.
something like a Gigi is tanggalin mo sila away from the safety of their tier 1 turrets. If nasa ilalim ng tier 1 turrets ang Gigi at yung kanyang safe laner, hindi mo sila kaya. But if you force them out of that, put them in the middle, for example, middle ng tier 1 and tier 2, dapat pwede sa talaga palayo yung Digi and its effectiveness in lane stabilization is nullified.
Now, there are arguments din, Kuya Wolf, na ganito yung sinasabi nila na mas maganda nga daw na take down agad yung turret ng maaga kasi daw mas lumalapit daw sa base. Yung ano,
That's also one thing. That's a classic
alam mo yun,
MOBA.
that's a classic MOBA
knowledge.
But the thing about it is, when you push out the lane, that only means na mas malayo yung tatakbuhin mo. Pero right now, Haji, at a very bad spot! Sabog mga kaibigan! Greed gets the kill!
Hindi rin nagtugma yung pag-level 4 ni Hit doon. Could have used the Hurricane Dance, but of course, kaka-level 4 lang niya doon. At by the time he gets his Hurricane
Turtle
Dance, his ultimate,
resurrecting
hindi na
soon.
niya kaya iligtas si Farsa mula doon sa Last Insanity. And of course, how can you actually save your teammates from Last Insanity? And it's important to take note that Greed at 3 minutes, having the level 4, is so much of a good power spike for Bren Epro all of a sudden.
And look at Heath. Ang daming nakalsalalay sa kanya dito. He's at level 4. Makuha siya ng isang game-breaking na Hurricane Dance dito, catching out 3 heroes into 1 Hurricane Dance. That could be the deal breaker. But right now, Heath and the others, they're actually trying to get the kill. Pero
GG's
JP
here.
napalayo doon. Pero sabi ni JP, hindi mo na ako mahuhuli yan. Fool me twice. Medyo mabigat na yun.
They will be able to run away, keep their lead intact at this point. KelVJ, 0 kills and 0 assists. But he's level 7 at this point. Hindi lang Harith. Armed really well. Wow! Kenji with the crossover! And it comes the rest, but it's not enough. Renzo doesn't the counter and Inferno at makakatakbo mula sa PLDT Smart Omega.
And Toshi dito keeping a lot of those Death Sonatas. But right now, Haji, nakita na naman siya si Greed. Si Greed talaga yung nag-iisang tao dito na magaling maghanap ng paksa.
Yeah.
Lahat na naghahanap ng paksa binibigay sa kanya.
Yeah. Was their series laban to Signal Ultra Warriors. It is not that different here para sa Bren Epro with the X-board. Laban sa PLDT Smart Omega, but you can see that Bren Epro are still leading, but not to the biggest of lead. In fact, isa pa nga lang yung naging nakikita nating kill sa mapa. This is what you feel like when somebody's at match point na rin.
Alam mo yung dating kasi ng Farsa ngayon, kung bakit siya sobrang effective. Kasi there are times kasi na some people, you know, just, alam mo ang kailangan sa isang Farsa, hindi ka mag-hesitate. Pero, you cannot hesitate, but at the same time, you cannot make a blind guess. So parang kapag ka nag-blind guess ka, it will cost your life. Every single time. But right now, for the side of BRE, ang galing na ginagawa nito dito na nahahanap niya talaga yung Farsa.
It's very important now. Farsa already using feathered airstrike. Only ang na-achieve lang nila doon is pagaling yung Firaga Armor. Now hitting trouble. There's a Zaman Force. Time's Journey gonna be popped. But he still falls. Mula doon sa ating Harriet. And they might not be done this time. KLVJ though, hindi na siya magpo-proceed because the threat is there. In comes Kenji. But is this a good fight? No, it wasn't. KLVJ will not be able to get a kill. There's the feathered airstrike. No one will fall mula sa Bren Epro sa hinaba-haba ng posisyon. Butters, isa lang pa rin ang namatay sa clash na yun.
But then again, Wolf, just looking at the Farsa performance of Haji from game number 3 to game number 4, night and day ang difference na itong setup na to. And right now, si Haji, he's not really getting that much impact into this game. Kumbaga parang sinabi ng BRE dito, parang gets na namin kung paano kayo shutdown. No? Parang dapat ata talaga hindi binibigay yung Brock sa inyo.
Just don't give the Grok. Might be, but now, Green finds him a bit of a pick-up, but he does have the immortality. Kaya lalaban pa rin sila. The stun will connect. Now, Heath forced to use the Hurricane Dance at this point. At makakataka. Sabi ng Bren Epro, this is a tank. Maybe not worth it to chase. Hindi na sila mag-abo dito. But Farsa forced to use the feathered airstrike. Medyo tumapang ang Bren Epro dito. They wanna force that with KLVJ and Raplesha in here. Pero sabi ng PSO, sila naman na kailangan namin patayin. That's the canon. And Bren Epro will have to back down.
As long as the Hurricane Dance is not available for the side of Akai, sometimes BRE could just, you know, force their way in. But nagiging matalino din sila dito. They do not want to make the same mistake as they did in game number 3. That was a very costly mistake that costed them the whole game.
Wow. You know what, Butters, I want to bring up a different point of view this time. I mean, Pldt Smart Omega, they're trailing behind.
Yes.
Pero I think they're doing something interesting na mukhang mag-work pa rin. They're putting Haji Z instead of the killing machine to a wave clear machine para hindi sila ma-pushan dito ng Bren Epro. And it kinda allows the Bruno to be online in a little bit of time.
Time is of the essence here para sa side ng BRE. Pero when you are delaying and they cannot get the middle turret ng maaga,
Still okay.
you're still okay. Kumbaga parang ang ginagawa nila dito, it's
Turtle
all about
resurrecting
the
soon.
idea na hindi ka magbibigay ng turrets ng ganito kaaga. Yes, they lost the top lane, but at the same time, yung top lane na yan, medyo costly yan para sa kalaban mo. Because yan yung pinaka-mahabang lane para makabalik sila. And if they ever go for a bad decision na mag-initiate, mahahabol mo sila sa posisyon na yan.
Then again, Bren Epro will not let that happen. Alam natin na meron silang Harriet, and one thing that you always have to take note about the Harriet is give him a little bit of time and papatumben niya yung turret. Zaman Force and Chrono Dash works wonders against turrets. That's why sobrang taas ng value talaga ng Harriet even before. Kasi bukod sa teamfight potential and yung kanyang damage, also take down objectives so quickly.
Si Haji na nag-out of bounds na tinamaan.
Grabe naman yun. Lumalabas na sa mapa.
Lumalabas na sa mapa si JP.
Pwede pala yun.
Lumalabas na sa mapa dito si Haji. Tinamaan pa rin siya ni JP.
Grabe.
Kumbaga sinasabi na ni JP dito na wala kang kawala.
Wala kang kawala. And look at this. Haze. Just a little bit of... Actually, might be forced out. That's immortality pop. And mukhang makapatay siya dito. Oh no, not yet. Heat though. It's the Hurricane Dance. The 850 though. There comes the jump. Time's Journey ginamit natin the punishment. KLVJ might be doing wonders this time but will not be able to pierce through the turret.
Doon sa taas! Doon sa taas! Tabs is doing work mga kaibigan. He's dito.
Two cannons.
Just in time. Two canyons. Will this be the takedown of the
Kaya ba?
turret? Hindi.
So close.
Aabot. Ginamit yung retribution.
So close for Bren Epro. 3 kills pa lang tayo ngayon, Butters. 3 kills. 9 minutes. But Bren Epro are getting ahead in terms of economy in such a massive way. The only one that's having a good time para
Launch
sa PLDT
attack!
Smart Omega might be Toshi, perhaps Haji Z, but it's not gonna be enough. We'll see.
This is the most crucial part of the game for the side of PSO. Yes, things are looking grim for their side, pero this isn't a lost
Lord
cause na.
resurrecting soon.
I'm just saying that there's still a chance for PSO to come back from this. BRE, they should be careful. Hindi ganun ka-dominating yung galaw nila dito. They only got 3 kills, PSO got 0. So, ibig sabihin, any uptime na magagawa nila dito in terms of farm, hindi naman nila na-delay dito inside ng PSO. But right now, look at this. Rhapsody, Detsonata rather, will only hit once. Pero the Lord is going to be the next target for both of these teams. Crucial part na tayo, Kuya Wolf.
Ito na. 10 minutes in. Are gonna have to ask, enough na ba yung na-amass na goal dito ng Bren Epro to hammer down PLDT Smart Omega using the battering ram against the defenses of PLDT Smart Omega? I mean, if anything, hindi na pwedeng magpa-pick off dito ang PLDT Smart Omega.
Okay, tatandaan mo yung amas pag gusto mo sumama yun. Pero right now, on to the middle lane, rather to near the bush. There was an attempt to actually catch out etong si JP.
So actually, ito pala yung nangyari. If you remember, game number 2, what PLDT Smart Omega did when they had the lead is not let Bren Epro get away from their base. Bren Epro, binigyan nila ng konting opening dito yung PLDT Smart Omega, and in fact, nakuha ng mga buffs yung PLDT Smart Omega with that little amount of time when they tried to go for the control over the Lord area. That is such a gamble mula sa Bren Epro, and you would think that PLDT Smart Omega are so happy with that kind of opening. That being said, however, Bren Epro, nasa kanila pa rin ang control sa ating mapa. They still have the wheel at this point.
But still, Wolf, look at the main idea here for the yung pag-start ng isang hero, ng isang team sa jungle. We have to look at it in a way na dapat hindi na nakakalabas yung PSO dito sa may mapa. Pero, tingnan mo yung lakas na loob nila. They still have access to the jungle. So that means there is still a big chance for PSO to turn this all around, given that they do even have the Diggy on their side.
But I would say na meron pa rin naman maraming places dito ang Bren Epro. Have to take note. Top lane, there's a little bit of pressure. And nakita nyo yung notification na yun, Lord has been enhanced.
The Lord has been enhanced. Kung nakita nyo, purple lang yung Lord. Ngayon, yellow na siya.
Baga 2020,
2020, new
Lord.
New year, new me. New decade. New decade rather.
There, like you said, Kuya Butters, I think nakakahinga nga talaga ang PLDT Smart Omega dito. You still cannot give 100% to this game to Bren Epro.
Yes.
PLDT Smart Omega are getting valuable mini skirmish victories in here.
Kanina at will lang kinukuha ng PSO lahat ng objectives. But right now, it doesn't even matter because lumalaban na sila dito. Right now, the time surely is there. Hurricane Dance will be used. Renjo here, pinapalayo na sila. It will go down. Ito na ata hinahanap nila mga kaibigan. Pero sa pinakalikod, Joe is there. Let us see. Kenji! And an assassinate on KLBJ. But right now, they will go for the comeback. The retaliation mga kaibigan. Farsa here, still trying to deal so much damage. Haze doon, hinaharapan niya lahat. Pero it still wasn't enough. Haze is still alive.
That's still a 1-for-1 trade-off after a very close engagement between two teams. Now Greed will be able to run away. That was so close. But again, sobrang wounded na nga yung Bren Epro doon na hindi nila kayang i-convert into a Lord take. And even then, KLVJ is down. Interestingly, Bren Epro 1-for-1 pa rin ang nangyari even after winning so much in the early stages of the game. And you will be surprised, sobrang ganda ng positioning ni Haji Z at ni Toshi yung time na yun.
I'll just say na sobrang ganda ng pinakita doon ni Kenji because he really knows his targets. Alam niya pag si KLVJ yung tinanggal niya, he's level 15 hero at kaya sila talagang prasuhin. BRE will give more time to PSO para makapag-farm dito si Toshi.
And parang ano nangyari doon, tinanong si Kenji, para kanino ka bungabangon?
Para kanino?
Para patay nyo, Hari.
Oo, ganun. Ganun yung nangyari sa kanila dito. Pero alam mo, Wolf,
I think I saw that happen even before. Maybe through LPE we're in. Merong that was LPE when they also have Cho versus the Harith, and they were so down in terms of kills, but it only took like 3 pick-offs onto the Harith using the Cho Wave of the Dragon. Isang combo lang and was enough to take out the duo.
Pero alam mo ngayon yung Bruno nakakatakot na din, masipa lang talaga yung mukha dito ng mga kalaban, pero Feathered Airstrike lang ang katapat. Haji Z holding the line.
Hold the line indeed.
Hold the line. Game number 4. Magkakaroon pa ba tayo ng game number 5? Kanina mukhang hindi na, pero ngayon 50-50 na naman tayo mga kaibigan. PSO holding on.
Lead, receiving so much damage. Wala kay Toshi dito. Toshi having to use the flicker. There's the Feather Airstrike. Kelvichate na naman ng 3 beses. Hurricane does it there. Gets the immortality pop. Now they have to run down this time. The Flesh Up manning the front lines. Pero mapapatay pa rin siya dito ng Bruno. The damage is more than enough. Maghahabol ba ang PLDT Smart Omega dito? They wanna go for the Lord. Oh, nice guess mula kay Haji Z, but very much safe on Bren Epro at this point.
And this is looking bad for the side of BRE. They cannot finish the game. It's one of the things na kailangan mong bantayan kapag ka merong marksman katulad ni Bruno dito sa may game. Even the Farsa. Yes, the Farsa didn't have a good early game, but it doesn't matter. He had time. Hurricane Dance will be used. Dito matutumba, pero hindi siya matitake down talaga. Haji! One more hit! He uses the third form to actually get out.
Toshi still fights!
Immortality is there.
Grabe naman si Toshi dito, pumalagparan. Last insanity tayo, iwasan pa kanya. Greed, can you run away? There's the flicker. Feathered Airstrike, gagamitin na, but Kenji will have to run away this time. Renjo, tinatry niya mag-pierce sa backlines, pero wala siyang aabutan. Heat jumping away mula kay Renjo. The tug of war once again mula sa PLDT Smart Omega and Bren Epro. Around the Lord area. Ito pa rin talaga yung nangyayari. Who's gonna win this?
They should actually be taking this down. Kailangan nila hanapin yung Farsa ngayon. That is the question. Reflection dito for the Glorious Pathway. And look at this! The Lord will be there inside the PRE, but right now, they're still fighting. Reflection dito will be going down. And right now, please, and the others, they're trying their best.
Oh wait, the dragon!
Getting caught out! And that is bad for the side of PRE, but my goodness, JP still trying to fight. JP is down!
Triple kill na naman dito para kay Toshi. Now he still fights. Can he get the 4th one? It looks like he will get it. In time, Maniac! Will we go for the Savage Greed? Ready away. And nakuha ng Bren Epro yung Lord this time. But at what expense? Already, it's my top lane. Working on the Lord is Farsa as well as Toshi. Have to be careful. It looks really safe naman for PLDT Smart Omega as they trade such valuable victories here. Onto that skirmish.
Even using the millisecond vulnerability before he uses the last insanity to kick out yung X-Borg at hindi na matuloy. Ano ba tong game na to? What kind of mechanics are we seeing? What kind of nuances are we seeing in this game? This is a very high-level match, Kuya Wolf.
And like we're saying, nandito na tayo sa time kung saan nag-coincide na yung power spike ng Bruno at ng Farsa. They're really scared right now, and you can see JP, when he gets into the fight, activate automatically yung Feathered Airstrike, and it will only take like 2 to 3 hits. This time, if he's still up Flesh, nasasaktan na, but he does have the Glorious Pathway and will use it. And PLDT Smart to make a time's journey to their side. PLDT! Global and will fall. Digging to get the last hit, but Toshi as well as Farsa, this the damage hit, still fights. Makapangtak ba, Bren Epro?
Sinipa na lahat!
Nakubo!
Sinipa na lahat ni Toshi! Oh my goodness! Here comes the kicks! Renzo
Pero may bomba! May bomba!
May bomba! Sinalo ni Green!
Launch
Greed
attack!
saves his teammate. But then again, PLDT Smart Omega, alam nila, they can feel it. Kel VJ is down. They can't defend this. Feathered Airstrike, sabay kuha ng Torre dito. Now Green will have to use the last insanity. Pero mukhang siya pa yung makakasama. Kenji wants to go and fight. But they can't reach him. Kenji falls for the first time. Tetsonata gagamitin na nga dito. Isa lang ang tumama. But sabi ng PLDT Smart Omega, we want to take the inhibitor. They can feel it. They can feel the championship waters. Oh my
Grand
goodness.
Slam!
The Grand Slam! Monster kill!
Slam!
And it looks like they still will go for this. Greed, naku po. Wala nang pinag-armor, but still has got the immortality.
Kel VJ!
Toshi, the shutdown!
Oh my goodness! And another reset for both of the teams! Pahinga naman! Saglit lang!
It's just 8 to 6.
Saglit lang, pahinga lang, saglit!
But they will not let that happen. Bren Epro, they can feel it. Medyo nasa kanila advantage this time. There's the Death Sonata. He smartly goes to the sides instead of straight up retreating. Oh my goodness. Butters, this feels like a very close game, but 8-6 pa lang yung kill score natin.
Hindi pa ako makahinga, wait lang! Okay, BR dito. They're actually looking to end the game nung namatay si Toshi. Pero ang sabi dito ng PSO, lahat kami may immortality. Lahat nga sa game na to may immortality. Kulang na lang tayo din magka-immortality. Bumili na din tayo. Hindi ko alam.
At this point, hindi na nag-matter yung nangyari sa early game. It's all about the late game items right now. Sobrang important natin ng Mlbb at from anybody actually. Get more damage into the turrets. Take down base structures so quicker. But all that matters right now,
Malefic Roar.
it's the Lord.
Gumawa
Malefic
si
Roar.
JP. Gumawa si JP ng Malefic Roar.
Important. Pierce through the armor and more importantly, take down structures
Lord
faster.
And
resurrecting
Twilight
soon.
Armor will be secured by Raflesia. He doesn't want those critical shenanigans anymore. And just limit yung damage to 700 points of HP. But right now, Greed and the others, they're really trying to take down this Lord and alam nila kung sino makakuha ng next Lord na to.
In position though, pero alis siya dito. Still has got the ultimate, pero hindi niya force out. Ito na naman, Kuya Butters. Tago po na naman around the Lord area.
Ito na, alam mo, itong Digi na to, yung nagpapahirap talaga ng side ng BRE. They couldn't just go in for a good initiation because they know na kapag nag-glorious pathway na sila, once they go in, they 100% cannot get out.
And again, zone control. I think you will have to favor PLT Smart Omega just because of the fact na meron silang Farsa. Dito, gambling.
And look at this! Look at this!
The love story, the never-ending love story of Renjo and Kenji dito sa may top
Eh,
lane.
yan yung pinakamalupit na lokohan sa buong mundo kasi wala namang magkakapatayan dyan eh. Pero doon sa may taas!
Oh,
si Haji!
JP!
Si Haji! Ay! Kamuntikan! Kamuntikan!
There's the glorious pathway. Ang daming mga na-force out na ultimates dito, but I think Bren Epro are happy with the result as they gain sort of control dito sa may Lord area. Now, Greed, however, medyo nag-take ng damage dito. Has to use the flicker and no more Firaga armor for
Doon sa may backline! Doon sa may backline! Nandun sa Kenji! Nandun sa Kenji sa may backline! May masisipa ata!
May
Eto na nga! Oh my
Palisit
goodness!
gonna be a Farsa! Oh, KLBJ will go down for the first time pero may Zaman Farsa nga doon. May immortality siya and he might fall! Kenji!
KLBJ!
To get the
KLBJ!
victory!
Still alive!
Farsa goes
Oh my
down!
goodness!
Toshi in trouble! Habulin dito Bren Epro. There's the flicker! Renjo and the gang! Toshi goes down! Glorious pathway ginamit na nga. They wanna go for haste this time. Can they get the third kill? Mukhang kayang-kaya nila. They have all the slows and all the catch-up in the low.
Pinalo yung bird!
My
Eto na!
goodness!
Oh my goodness! Doon sa may gitna, nagkakabulan! Si JP, pinapakil mga kaibigan naman sinisipa!
KLBJ! Oh, Kenji! Oh! Nanalo yung Harit against this Joe! And only hit to
And
defend!
this might be it! This might be it mga kaibigan! We are probably gonna go to a game number 5! This game, nanakit yung ulo ko! Ah! Sakit!
Oh my goodness! Bren Epro! Kenji had the right idea! But KLBJ stands strong at the rest of Bren Epro able to punish!
Hold the
He cannot do it! He can't do it! Hurricane Dance gagamitin niya dito but he will fall. There's still some minions left for Bren Epro. At mukhang eto na nga, di pa! GC respawns in time!
Just
Toshi
go
in
for
here
the
as
Lord.
well.
They are just gonna go for the Lord. They are just gonna go for the Lord. Ito pala yung pakiramdam pagkasigaw ka na lang ang sigaw. Ah! Pero yun, the Lord.
Lord is the next objective. Sobra importante, Butters, for both teams. And it will be slain by Bren. Reset. But of course, alam natin na may napakalaking advantage ang Bren Epro at this point.
Whatever happens right now, maging 4 games man, maging 5 games man, this is very fitting of a Grand Finals game. Kuya Wolf,
Definitely.
pang Grand Finals.
I'm out of words at this point. Hindi na importante ang mga analysis. The stats don't matter anymore. It's all about how they will execute. Feathered airstrike. Panimula dito sa Bren Epro. Cross pathway and Death Sonata. Napakagandang talon dito. Great with the last insanity but he will go. Now PSO Napupugaw na sila dito ng Bren Epro. And unti-unti napatay na nila si Toshi. Renzo fights him. And there's the base. Bren Epro forces Game 5.
Game number 5! Crowd goes wild!
I don't know if the viewers can hear it.
Smash them!
Bren Epro dito has a
All
chance
troops deployed!
to actually win 2 titles with the same lineup.
Exactly.
Itong lineup na to, ito yung ginamit nila for other tournaments din. They got a major win out of that. And right now, another major win if they actually win the season finale.
But Pldt Smart Omega, let's see if they will let that happen. As Bren Epro versus Pldt Smart Omega, the Grand Finals game number 5. Firing up on all cylinders. This time, Renzo, buti na lang may Cyclone Eye. He gets away from Pldt Smart Omega.
And look how they utilize yung environment nila. That certain invade shouldn't have been possible if walang Cyclone Eye na yan.
Wow, this is a quieter game as we are seeing. Walang invade. The stun though on the Toshi.
And look
Toshi
at Reed
activates the Purify as soon as possible.
And eto yung nilalagay nilang pressure dito kay Toshi. They're not really letting Toshi do his stuff. Pero right now, Hayes is getting bursted
First
down!
blood.
Falling Star Moon! First blood! Makukuha ni KelVJ.
Napaka-importante na yung shutdown mo yung safe learner na yung kalaban, and that's what that is Bren Epro is doing. Pldt Smart Omega
Look at
just
this!
wanna return the favor. Feathered Air Strike. Kaya nga naman si Genji, JP running away, and I guess the crab will be secured by it did not see. Failed to see. Might be refresh siya. Kasi walang buff na natira doon. That was a small crab, by the way.
But that was a small crab. Sa mga
Small
hindi
crab
po
pala.
nakakaalam, yung first crab na lumalabas is literally a small crab.
Small crab.
And in that way, hindi masyadong mabilis yung mga rotations sa mga mid-laners right now.
Marsa, tried to go for the feathered air strike steal, pero hindi mangyari. Now, this is a big difference dun sa previous na Esmeralda games to KelVJ, kasi this time, mas maganda yung start niya. 1 kill already. Level 5 at 2 minutes. Tapos nakakuha pa siya ng crab coin. Surely, ito talaga yung ideal na start for any Esmeralda player. So, this is such a good start for them. I think that Bren Epro, mas masaya sila dun sa fact na walang invasion na nangyari kasi mas stabilized yung kanilang laning stage. In fact, they will try to go for Haze this time. Falling Star Moon, level 3 lang si Haze this time. Feathered Airstrike will not save the guy. Reed almost falling pero hindi nila itutuloy.
They're really trying to put a lot of pressure dito kay Haji Raflisha. Try to go in. Kamunti ka siya tamaan dito. But right now, they will be trying to secure that turret onto the bottom lane. JP dito, hindi pa kaya ng damage output niya. Abyssal Arrow will be thrown out pero makakatakas agad doon. Si
Turtle
Haji,
resurrecting
Just like
soon.
the previous game, they're using yung parts of Feathered Airstrike para makapag-defend. And it was really successful. Now, crucial timing kasi after nga naman ng reset ng buffs, you have to kind of refresh a little bit. Medyo magto-tone down ka kasi you need to secure your own buff. Ganun na ka-importante yung mga buffs ngayon. Kahit na nananalo ka, if you die when the buffs reset, mas masakit yun eh. Kasi it really puts a blow into your overall presence in the early game.
And Hayes gets caught out, and look at this! My goodness, the initiation coming left and right. Reed dito na bataw, the Mlbb will be thrown out. Tatamas tatlo. But right now, Haji Z, they're really trying to fight this. Haji, nahuli siya dito ng Encho. Encho dito ng ultimate. Marcia will go down. And they're still fighting mga kaibigan. Encho dito lumalaban pa. Pero he will go down as well. And right now, JP na sa may pinakahangap. They're injector siya dito. And Abyssal Arrow is there! Abyssal Arrow is there! Tinatakbuhan na sila mga kaibigan. KelVJ and the others, they're still alive!
2-for-1 trade-off, very crucial by the way kasi hindi core yung namatay. I mean, it was still a core offlaner para sa Bren Epro, but more importantly, napatay niya si Haji Z. The moment na pin-up yung Feathered Airstrike, ang ginawa doon ni Renzo, he immediately goes to where the source was. Para, yeah, sure, dahil nag-Feathered Airstrike ka, vulnerable ka, exposed ka. Abyssal Arrow might not be important anymore, pero yung fact na tinalunan siya ni Renjo surely gets the kill! They collect that one! Championship Kufra right at you, Reflesha! Flexing his Kufra skills!
Iba talaga pagkamukha mo na yung hero. Pero still, it is what it is. Ang ganda, ang lupit, ang tindi ng bigayan nila dito. They're not really letting up. The ejector is there. Renzo dito has his ultimate. No kills! No kills!
No harm, no foul, no blood, no
No
foul.
bad, no blood, no foul.
Dun sa may top lane. But I guess that this will still be a push dun sa dun sa PLDT Smart Omega. Bottom lane to. Reflesha, kumakas na naman dito. Do they wanna go for this? No, Luminum Blast
They forced out the Luminum Blast.
is gonna be there. And,
And
like you
this-
said, napuwersa nga nila yon.
And this is a surgical extraction of whatever PSO has been doing for the past 4 games. Na parang dito sa game na to, namulat ang BRE. At ngayon, binabalik nila yung favor ng pagiging dominated side of PSO.
And you know what? After that loss dun sa game number 4, now if you feel mo na medyo alangan yung PLDT Smart Omega, this is not how they operate.
Yes.
They're so aggressive. Games 1 through 3, and even you start ng 4, aggressive sila. Reflesha!
Oh,
Dito
Flicker
natin
will be wasted.
Ooh.
Ejector is there. Reflection dito going down. Tony Star muna sa may pinakalikod. And hindi alam ni Coach dito kung kanina ipapato. Haze dito, living on a prayer, and Enzo will get out. But onto the bottom lane, Greed will go down. Aggression after aggression after aggression. Both teams dito.
Palitan.
Turtle
Palitan.
resurrecting soon.
Sabayang bigkas para sa Presa teams. Now JP really defend 1 versus 3. Not the best engagement pa rin. He's confident. Makakatakbo nga naman siya. There's not much stuns for PLDT Smart Omega, and actually, he bought enough time para makapag-push naman dito yung Bren Epro dun sa may top lane. Still very good in terms of strength.
Toshi.
Oh, Reflesha! GC naipit! Fortunately, mayroong wings by wings. Gets away. Now JP gonna be chased out. Napagandang tulak mula kay JP. Just a little bit of nudge para mapigilan si Hayes sa pagtakbo with that unstoppable force into the ejector. Sana na gagawin niya. Reflesha! Naku po! Ito stun mula kay Grid. Good day, Jack Hayes. Medyo makunat. Kobe, Luminum Blast. Nothing but germs. At tinamaan dito. Now Renzo will chase Hayes and surely will get the kill. Samantala sa kaliwa, mukhang hinahamon na rin sila. Hit gets taken out. Bren Epro
And
dominating this time.
How the mighty have fallen, mga kaibigan. Pero may bangon ba? Yun ang tanong!
Tumama
Getting
na
it
naman!
done!
Oh
Getting it
no!
done! Surgical extraction! BRE! They're doing it!
Grid is good. My goodness. Napakalupit. Sobrang crucial na connections with that Abyssal Arrow when it all mattered the most. And this time, 10-3. Lamang na lamang ang Bren Epro. 5,000 in the bank. 7 minutes in, and they might get the last turtle at this point. Now, if you look at the economy of the players themselves, sobrang yaman ni KLVJ at ni JP. If you compare the gold of the course of PLDT Smart Omega, naku po, takot na takot pa rin sila ngayon. Toshi
And
jumping. Hey.
Toshi!
Oh! The
JP
punish.
Didn't really see that coming, but right now, Lolita will be the next
Pana.
target. And Pana, hindi tatama.
Toshi was already out of there. Tier 2 yung kapalit ng death na yon onto JP.
It doesn't matter. JP still has the lead in terms of goals, so whatever.
No way! Reflesha connects with haste this time, and of course, kills do follow. Toshi, buti na lang merong rondo to get away, pero ang mas importanteng makukuha ng Bren Epro is the push, for sure. And look at that, yung Feathered Airstrike hindi makomplete ni HGZ because of the threat of the Abyssal Arrow always in there.
And wow, I just feel that Hajizi is really controlled right now. Na gets din ng BRE.
Turtle
kung
resurrecting
paano kakalabanin etong farsa na to.
Like, I think yung kailangan natin pag-usapan dito, Butters, is yung fact na walang nangyaring invade from both teams
Yes.
kind of favored Bren Epro.
Yes.
Kasi yung kalmadong gameplay nag-favor sa mga heavy farm-dependent heroes like Bruno and Esmeralda. Yung Esmeralda kasi, if you get the level 4 ASAP, it's already unstoppable. You only need Azure Blade, kaya-kaya mo na lumaban. And we can see that happening.
And Flicker was used So that means no Luminous Blast Flicker here. JP, mga kaibigan, pinagsisipa na talaga sila dito.
You have to take note, masaya yung Esmeralda kapag merong Lolita because of the Numenon Energy Core na nagbibigay ng shields. At bonus yun para sa Esmeralda because you could just snatch that away. Sometimes, you don't wanna play Lolita laban sa Esmeralda kasi parang binibigyan mo lang ng bonus. You have to take note, Numenon Energy Core as the passive for this Lolita also gives it to your opponents which kinda enables some more.
Oh,
Nice
Kenji with a nice
shunko.
shunko. That was a very nice shunko coming out from him. Pero they live to fight another day. That is the thing about BRE.
Exactly.
That they can mess up on these initiations and just go back and try it again.
And mapapaisip ko parang ano ba talaga yung magandang napapwersa dito na ultimate? I mean, Feathered Airstrike being forced out, it's okay for PLDT Smart Omega instead of like a ultimate from the Tyrant's Rage. Kasi mas matagal nga naman yung cooldown ng Tyrant's Rage. But then again, PLDT Smart Omega, they need the Feathered Airstrike para makapagdepensa. Which is also counterproductive kasi it means na yung farm ay hindi na pupunta kay Toshi.
Oo. At saka, kung isipin mo pa dito, Wolf, ito na nga yung tinasabi natin kanina. Kung nung game number 4, nakalamang yung BRE, pero nakakalabas ng base yung PSO ngayon, hindi sila makalabas. As in, literal, sinastarve sila dito, gutom na gutom sila para makakuha
Lord,
ng gold. To the
resurrecting
point na yun na
soon.
nga, kaya nagkakaroon ng wave clear kay Haji Z, pero kailangan sana nila ibigay kay Toshi yun.
Again, na-try nila dito. Makuha yan again. This is Lord for sure sa Bren Epro. And this will be a faster Lord take. Look at this. KLBJ doesn't even take damage. And JP, there's so much farm on his side, will get a red buff as well. So, again, Bren Epro, they have the recipe at this point. They have the tools. Lahat na kailangan nila ngayon para makapag-pierce through sa base ng PLDT Smart Omega. They have it already. And to add to that, si Renzo on his stamps, sa sobrang yaman niya, confident na siya mag-solo dito sa top lane while the rest of Bren Epro will make the plays on other sides of the map.
Yun na nga yung sinasabi natin dito, Wolf. The Lord is up. The Lord is at the bottom lane and he is the one who knocks at the base of PSO. PRE, can they do this? PSO, can they delay this? That is the question na bumabagabag sa atin lahat ngayon.
You know what, Butters? This is unfortunately not the same case as game number 4. Because PLDT Smart Omega Granger yung nilaro nila instead of the Bruno. It's not that late game as compared to the way wanna jump in. There's nagagamitan dito. Pero sili target. Based already, the inhibitor turret already down. KLBJ jumps in. Forcing some mistakes para sa PLDT Smart Omega. But it won't matter. Luminous Blast, kinakasa na. Tumama sa dalawa. There's the ejector. Isolating KLBJ this time. Renzo, I mean. Pero nalaban na lang din siya. KLBJ jumping to the lines. Farsa is down. Down the Joe as well. Granger, naku po. Bren Epro. Denying the Grand Slam.
PRE! They are your season finale champions!
KLBJ, JP, Renzo, Raflesha. Goodness. And Greed, Leather Goods, Coach Orkeja, everybody from Bren Epro. And of course, yung big fan base na rin ng franchise na to, they're so happy with this, denying the Grand Slam away
Denied.
from PLDT Smart Omega.
That was the denial.
What?
Hindi nirespeto buong magdamag yung Farsa dito. And they find a way to actually just hold them down and beat them to the count ng game number 5.
Kailangan malakas.
And Bren Epro, from the ashes of the lower bracket, they rise and become the champions of our season finale, 400,000 pesos, and they get to take home that trophy. And sabihin natin yung bragging rights na we were the ones who stopped PSO from getting the Grand Slam.
The team that's